Hello and welcome to the SpearCenter episode for the week of March 24th. I'm your host, Hattie Barghouti.
And I'm Anfisa Pachazzi. The women's water polo team is finishing out the regular season with a stretch of away games. I attended one of the Spartans' last matches at home. They took on the number 4 ranked UCLA Bruins. Let's see what happened.
On a Saturday afternoon, the number 18th ranked SJSU women's water polo team hosted the number 4 UCLA team. The first quarter of the game showcased to be a defensive game with both teams generating steals and blocks. The Spartans responded first with a goal from sophomore Rose Jensen with 4:33 remaining. The Bruins shortly responded from a goal from attacker Molly Renner. The Spartans then retook the lead 2-1 with a goal from driver Janine Osorio with 2:33 remaining in the first quarter. UCLA's attacker Emma Lineback shortly tied at 2-2. However, things took an offensive turn in the second quarter as the Bruins scored 5 goals compared to SJSU's 2. The Bruins would extend the lead 7-4 when it came to the end in the first half. The offensive woes continued for San Jose in the third and fourth quarter as they were outscored 12-2. The Bruins were then awarded the only penalty in the game with less than 4 minutes remaining in the third. Isabella Adams and Osorio were the only Spartans to score in the second half. The Spartans eventually fell to the Bruins with the final score of 19-6, but despite the loss, the Spartans showed some strong resilience. The Spartans will next play their regular season final matchup against Harvard at home on Friday at 1 p.m. And now, back to the studio.
Even though the team lost, thanks for showing us, Anfisa. Moving on, men's basketball competed in the Mountain West Conference tournament earlier this month. There was many expectations for the Spartans after their successful regular season. Our reporter Abel Tariku recaps the team's performance. How did it go, Abel?
The 8th seed Spartans went up against the 9th seed University of Wyoming in the first round of the Mountain West tournament on March 12th inside the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. The Spartans were on fire this game, starting the game off with a 12-0 run and never looked back as they would hold the lead for the entire game to cruise by with a 66-61 win. Donovan Yap Jr. had a great game, leading the team in scoring with 19 points, with Sadadrian Hall scoring 16 and Josh Aduje scoring 15.
I think I've been on a good side of fate, and every year that I've had to play them, I've been able to get to the next round.
Fate, however, would not be on the Spartan side the following day, as they would match up against the number 1 seeded New Mexico Lobos in the quarterfinals. The Spartans would keep it close early on, but the Lobos would go on a 15-2 run to end the first half, and the Spartans never recovered. Sadadrian Hall led the team in scoring with 13 points, and Robert Viola and Josh Aduje would both have 10 points, but it would not be enough as the Spartans would go on to lose 63-52, ending their run in the Mountain West tournament. Head coach Tim Miles believed that the costly mistakes the team made and the effort on defense were key reasons why the team came up short.
It's like today, I thought we were our own worst enemy at times, right? We turned it over 18 times. You could see, you could just see our body language kind of turn, and then we just didn't do our job defensively a few times late in the first half and at different times in the second half.
The Spartan season did not end there quite yet, as they were invited to the National Invitational Tournament, and we'll have more coverage of that coming up soon. This is Abel Tariku reporting. Now back to the desk.
Thanks for that, Abel. Continuing with the coverage of men's basketball, after the run in the conference tournament ended, it looked as if the Spartan season was over. SJSU was given another opportunity to compete in a different tournament. Reporter Vincent Rupena has more on the Spartans' first round game in the tournament. What do you got for us, Vincent?
Thanks, guys. I'm here at men's basketball's round one matchup in the NIT tournament. They're facing off against Loyola University Chicago. SJSU was a market game all around, trying to get the student fan base out to the gate.
Students and fans poured into Provident Credit Union Event Center on Wednesday for the game. The attendance may have been the biggest the Spartans have received all season, and some students thought they knew as to why.
I think it's because we're finally in the NIT since 1981, which is insane, and this is our first time hosting a postseason basketball game, so I think there's a lot of anticipation and excitement for these two kind of milestones that we're achieving through our basketball.
Oh yeah, I think this is just the start, right? I think you're starting to see
more students get involved with athletics and keep the spirit. I think the team is going to play well tonight, and hopefully we can continue to advance. But I think this is just the start of more and more students coming to more athletic games, and that's great. That's what we've been working.
Although the many impacts it had, the game may be especially important for two specific attendees.
I went here for grad school, and being able to see them play in this tournament for the first time, first time they've ever faced each other, is pretty exciting. So, we'll have some fun.
When the bracket was announced, I mean, it was like pretty much we had to go to this game because it was a once-in-a-lifetime match.
Those involved with the team believe that the attendance and fan support had an impact on the game.
That literally spearheaded our run. Once the crowd got behind us down 12, and we started hearing them cheer, then Donovan got a steal, then we hit a couple threes, couple layups, and before we knew it, was right back in the game.
That's what San Jose can be, and San Jose State can be, and I can't imagine that people didn't come home and they're not going to tell their friends at work about it tomorrow.
Although the Spartans lost, it was still positive to see how many fans and students showed up to support. Moving forward, it is a bright spot for SJSU's entire athletic department. For the Spear, I'm Vincent Rupena, now sending it back to the desk.
Great coverage, Vincent. San Jose State football hosted its 2025 Pro Day. On Wednesday, the event featured some of the Spartans' best players from the past season. I went to find out how these players leaving SJSU would perform in this opportunity to showcase their skills. On March 19, 2025, San Jose State University hosted its annual Pro Day, providing a chance for 11 Spartan football players to display their talents in front of scouts from 25 NFL teams, including the Arizona Cardinals, Atlanta Falcons, Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles, and San Francisco 49ers. Prominent performances included Nick Nash, wide receiver. Following his strong performance at the NFL Scouting Combine, where he recorded a 4.58-second 40-yard dash and a 34-inch vertical jump, Nash concentrated on position drills during Pro Day. He executed clean, precise routes and showcased excellent hands, catching nearly every pass directed his way. Scouts, especially from the Chiefs and Eagles, observed keenly as he demonstrated his ability to track down deep throws and make contested receptions.
Yeah, I think those are more for them to get to know us as players, see how we learn, see how we draw up plays on the board, and that's one of my strong suits, so I want to be able to show them.
Justin Lockhart, wide receiver, impressed with his explosiveness and straight line speed, finishing the 40-yard dash in an impressive 4.39 seconds. His capability to stretch the field was apparent during route running drills, where he made several deep catches, displaying outstanding ball tracking and strong hands. His performance reinforced his reputation as a potential deep threat receiver at the professional level. Jordan Cobbs, linebacker, standing at 6'1" and weighing 235 pounds, Cobbs showcased his strength and physicality by completing 21 reps on the bench press, ranking among the top performances of the day. He moved well during linebacker drills, demonstrating agility in coverage and quickness in pursuit drills. With the 2025 NFL Draft on the horizon, players like Nick Nash and Justin Lockhart did everything they could to make a memorable impact on NFL personnel. Now they await the moment when they hope to hear their names called during draft weekend or secure chances as undrafted free agents.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's awesome to be able to help get some eyes on some guys that might not have been as highly touted during the season, but are still good players who represented the state. A big part of the season that we had.
Gymnastics participated in the Mountain West Championship. As the NCAA regionals soon approach, it was key that the squad performed well. The event has hosted by the Spartans in Providence Credit Union Event Center. Our reporter Nick Austin was there to give us a sense of what went down.
The Spartans competed in the Mountain West Championship today as they finished third out of 4 teams. They had multiple medal winners throughout the meet. Let's take a look at who are some of our lead performers.
Junior Michaela Pitts and graduate student Madison Kirsch tied for the vault title with a pair of 9.850 scores.
I think that everyone had something to be proud of today and had some of our best routines of the year. I know I had one of my best routines of the year.
Senior Sofia Konieczny scored a career best and tied for first with a 9.9 on the uneven bars.
Personally, that was one of the best bar teams I've ever competed, so it was a really good end to my college career. I couldn't have asked for a better last routine as a Spartan.
Freshman Madison Gastitis tied her season high on the balance beam, as she also tied for first with a 9.875. Sophomore Devin Volush finished with the career best in the all-around with a 39.1, which also put her in second for the championship.
While the Spartans did not win the Mountain West Championship, they finished out the season strong after what Coach Bowers described as a, quote, struggle at times. Now, let's send it back to the desk.
That does it for this week's edition of SpearCenter. Be sure to follow us at the Spear SJSU on all platforms for more content and coverage of San Jose State athletics. For the Spear, I'm Hattie Barghouti.
And I'm Anfisa Petrozzi. Thank you and go Spartans.